Good evening, everybody. I'm happy that you are joining me and you are investing your most valuable asset, that is your time, to spend the time here with me, watching this video. But first things first, I gotta warn you. Because today I will probably rob you. What? Rob me? Yes, I'm gonna rob you of an excuse. Because the thing I'm gonna share with you today is things that somebody who was way more successful than me dared to share with me, and I will be forever glad with him. And he earns a lot. And you know, things this, he didn't invent them, but it was something that was given to him by somebody who doesn't work in the bank, but multiple people who own the banks, who own the big companies. And I'm gonna share some little principles today. So you better take something to write with, because as the saying goes, a dull pencil has more memory than the sharp mind. You know, somebody, you never know. So first things first, let me start with a video. We have something here for our first topic.
This is a test of selective attention. Count how many times the players wearing white pass the basketball. How many passes did you count? The correct answer is 15 passes. But did you see the gorilla? This video is from research by Daniel Simons and Christopher Chabris.
So, now question counts. Raise the hand if you count in the right number of passes. Okay, keep it up. And now, okay, that's a good number there. Now, raise the hand who saw the gorilla. Oh, few of them. But it's much more smaller. Now, let's conduct a principle on that. What you focus on is what you get. What you focus on is what you get. What you focus on is what you get. Even though some little distractions may come. But the first things they told me was to conduct a list of things. 101 things how my life should look like. And like, imagine 100 things is a lot. In not only that it's in lucky number in India, no. It's only because it makes you think. And thinking pulls something from deep inside of your heart. Because first when things you will be able to write pretty good. And then comes the Oh, then I would ride another car, or motorcycles, more, I don't know, because things they recommended that you can have, that you can buy for others, where you want to go, where do you want to live, how will your future self look like? Well, how should the parent of your children look? How should the mother or father of your children, father in what father would your child like to have? So some pretty damn interesting and important questions. But on that list, you put everything. Everything how you would describe your lifestyle. Because what you focus on is really important. And you know, you may lay down in the bed and just look into the ceiling and you'll be wondering, wow, if I could have a wish from a golden fish, because it's a stupid golden fish and she will ensure every wish you wish. So you got a fish and you have a wish. So I want a big house. Great. How many rooms? How many bathrooms? How many toilets? How many everything? How precise would you describe the house? You know, the fish is stupid and she doesn't care whether you will pay mortgage, blah blah blah, blah, repairs, the gardener, you know, the insurance. You don't care about all the expenses there, but you write the list with the mentality like you had a golden fish, or like, what if time and money wouldn't be a problem? How would your future look like? And you know, try to incorporate others. One of the questions I got was, when will you financially support your parents as they did when you were a child? What? Me? The student? Yes, you, the student. Because being a student is not a handicap. No. I wonder when it should be. You know, when you play a game, it's good to know the rules. Or when you are driving, like, oh, the lights, oh, red light, and you are driving by, passing the red light, and then it smacks you. A truck, and you're dead. And you may be looking from above and wondering, well, what? That wasn't fair. I got hit. I was calmly driving, and there was a beautiful red light. What was that red light supposed to mean? I don't know. Well, obviously you should stop, but not knowing the rules is not an excuse, because some rules are just rules and you have to obey them, or take the advantage of them. You know how to use the rules. Which gets me a little bit of anticipation. to our next subject, which is the rules of capitalism. You know, we have two sides. We have a left side and a right side. On the left side, and on the right side, we have a quadrant of an employee. Those are the things that described most understandably for dummy dum-dums like me, a man called Robert Kiyosaki in his books. And at the time, the three of his books were on the three most sold in the financial sector, so by New York Times. So I think he knows it pretty well. So let's use this example. When we have a S quadrant, self-employed. E stands for employee, so S is for self-employed. And you know, here time equals, oh god, bad at writing dollars, but you know, in this World of Warcraft classic fan says, "Time is money, friend." So here it counts. You are exchanging your time for money. So you came into work, you work your 8 hours, and then you leave. At the end of the month, you get paid. It's a good way. But what happens if you stop working? No work, no money. And then we have on the right side the quadrant of B and I. But B stands for business owners and I stands for investors. In the quadrant of B, they create a system which generates the money. So either be a company or some investments. We don't really care. But the thing is, you get the systems. So what's the difference between the left side and the right side? So imagine we have the population, and on the left side we have like 95 to 98% of the population, and on the right side we have like those left 5 to 3%. And why is that? Well, the thing they told me was they do think different. What do you mean, think different? Well, you know, the thing you want to learn is the mentality of a creator. And those people, that's what I was told, are moreover creators, and those people are moreover users in capitalist society. What? You work. So they're workers and they are users at the same time. Yes, maybe, I don't know. Take it or leave it. So one thing is, what could I do different? Because when I put down my list, I was like, well, let's count a little. It's like, I work as a physical therapist, great occupation. But when you are employed, 3K in Czech Republic, 30K in Czech Republic of Czech crowns, which is roughly 1,000 euros to 100-ish. So, and we could pretty damn good count how much time I need to spend in my job as an employee to fulfill that list. And when I counted those down, it didn't add up. In approximately like 3 lives. Well, as a self-employed, it would be like 2 lives, or maybe as an employee 4. You get the idea. But so my question was, what do these people think about when I don't? And he was like, he smiled, he chuckled a little, and said, well, it's everything. It's a skill, and you are able to learn it. It's not like it takes 2 to 5 years to learn it, to learn the skills, and to be able to create a system that generates you money while you are not working. I was like, okay, sounds reasonable. So if we take all the people and I start doing something so I can be better, and he said, yes, you can. But there's one but. If you start doing all this, and let's imagine some of the people, all the friends in your neighborhood, and you are like this, all friends on the same level. You have one friend here, you have one friend here, and one friend here, and all the other friends there. And he said, if you will commit to learning and learning and growing and growing and learning and learning and growing, you will end up and you will be good. But all the other friends stay there. So you will go, you will earn money, and then you will gain more time while not staying in the job. And you will be, let's say, successful. But then imagine a situation, you have this beautiful idea. What if we went for a short visit to Milan for a pizza on Wednesday for lunch? And you ask little Carla here, look little Carla, I have an idea. Let's go for a pizza in Milan on Wednesday in 3 days. And little Carla will be like, what? You shit, man? I gotta work. And you're like, okay, but Carl, so Peter? Yeah. Man, I do not have the money, I need to work. You will probably be alone. So the thing that he recommended me was to work on your relationships first, help to gather people around that will grow. So we'll grab Carl and Peter. Maybe it won't be Carl and Peter, but find the people and start growing and growing and growing and growing and growing together. You work on money together, you work on time together, and then you work on the experiences together. And as the time goes, as the time flies by, you have a group of people that are successful with you. And he told me that's probably the biggest success, when you have the group of people that's sharing all the things. Because, you know, when you want to change the school, for example, you want to establish a new school, let's say. So, to gather the money and the resources yourself is way more harder if you pick 10 to 20 to 100 friends and each of them will put a million together. Then you have 10, 20, 100 million, just because you have those people around you. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah. This was the first thing that probably every successful person does. You know, there is that one TV show, Undercover Billionaire, when you have sent someone in disguise and he has some little budget and a car and he's supposed to run a business from 0 to, I think it was $1 million in 3 months, I guess. And there's some penalty if they do not do. And those are billionaires. And first thing first they do, they gather the people. So, who do you have in your neighborhood that would appreciate working with you together on something? And then he told me, well, it's not easy to do something for 2 to 5 years. Will you be accountable, and are you willing to learning? Well, what do I have to do? Well, it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Because as Jim Rohn said, the things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. What I require from you is to read, listen, and meet people that are on your level or above. And for that, you will read books that I will recommend you, the audio that I will recommend you will listen, and you will attend the conferences that I will recommend. Is it okay? How many? Well, at least one book every month. Okay, that's a lot of books. If you don't like reading, I don't. Like, I'm a slow reader. You know, life is not fair, but reading. So, let me read here. We got a book. Something I will recommend that will move your thinking from left to right. Because it won't be a Harry Potter. Then, for listening, audio. Ooh. It won't be Scorpions. But something to listen. Every day, something to listen to that will shift you again from the left to right. And then attend the conference, of course. So the book he recommended was the book Answer, where is a man on the cover leaving his brain for a walk. And the audio he recommended me was The Strangest Secret in the World by A.L. Nightingale. It's on Spotify for free. And you know, when you are starting something, it's good to know the beginning, where you are. So your beginning position, for someone here, someone here, someone here, but it's good to know the beginning. So how many or how much? How much finances do you have for beginning and for for growing, for continuing your business, if you want to, and how much time you have in a day or in a week, how much time you are able to invest, because it's better to know the starting position if you want to get somewhere. So imagine it like this: you are running in the woods with all the controls, with the orienteering, running, and you want to get the controls. It's much better to have the map with you, with the controls in the map, and rather just running into the woods and hoping and shooting for the best. It may work, you may pick some, but it won't be that efficient as with the map. And why am I talking to you? As I mentioned, I'm a physical therapist. No, I'm not. I work as a physical therapist. Well, it's a great job. I love it when you see the change in people. But I think when someone showed me these principles, it was like 3 months prior to one major event, when I was climbing in Aldersbach, the most beautiful place probably for climbing on planet Earth, but at the same time one of the most craziest and dangerous places. So we were climbing there with my friends, and my girlfriend was belaying me from below, and I was climbing. It was supposed to be an easy route, which is never a security in Aldersbach, because there was no ring. This was like 20 meters, and it was like made the crazy people there. So I started climbing, put some knots in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was stepping on that little ledge, and there was like little tiny, like 2 to 3 meters to climb, and I went in, and as I went in, I just slide it out, and I begin to fall, and I was like, she got me, easy peasy. And I was falling, and first knot pop off, I was like, chill, easy. Second popped off, and I was like, the ground is coming, but she will have me. Now, the rope chucked, but I didn't stop. I was like, the ground was way more faster approaching me. I landed, made a little thumb roll. My girlfriend made a double salto into the bushes, and I was sitting on the ground. I looked up, and there was something weird. There was one carabiner hanging and swinging, but there were only 2 knots on the rope below, and I couldn't see the 4th one because one was still there. But there was something weird. The biner was clinging from side to side, but there was no rope in there. And I was like, That's strange. So I picked up the rope in the end, pulled, and then I saw it. Those racks. Completely torn apart. Luckily, I wasn't harmed, but after went for some checkup in the hospital. Oh, everything was okay. But you start wondering after those experiences. You know, my mentor always says it's good to focus on the good things, and the life will bring the bad things. But it's good to count with them. So imagine what it would be like for a physical therapist with a broken spine, for example, in the neck section. And it's like, no, like this, on a wheelchair. Oh ho, patients! Good for treating today. Not really. So, focus on the list. The 101 things and goals you want to achieve. Because you will set your focus, or will be on the basketball or on the gorilla. You choose. Thank you.